Hey y'all, it is 4 o'clock Central Time, which means you are in Rosetree Blown Glass Studio and Gallery for our Facebook Live today. Today is Tuesday, someday in October.
It's the 13th.
Tuesday the 13th. We're going to start with a few little things that we have. We have a new item that we just started to make actually. These little bud vases. See how cute they are? They're nice. They're nice solid weight on them. Nice ruffled lip on it. And they are $45 a piece. And if you want one, just let us know. Just tell us which color you want and we will put it aside for you. We also have some wonderful little fluted dishes that we have for $70 a piece. And we have pumpkins because it's October. We're doing pumpkins, October, November actually. This is the pumpkin that I made on Thursday for the live. That's our pink pumpkin to honor breast cancer survivors. And this is actually the one that we did, I guess the Thursday or the Tuesday before our ill-fated cut off Facebook Live that kind of did not broadcast real well. And those are $70 a piece. So if you want one, just put it in the comment section and we will get it to you. All right, so let's go over to the blowing area. How y'all doing? I'm Mark. I'm the voice in front of the camera. I own the studio along with my wife Brenda, and we are coming from beautiful downtown historic Algiers Point, New Orleans, Louisiana. The voice behind the camera is Darcy, who you will hear. If you have any questions for me during the live broadcast, put them on in the comment, and Darcy will relay those to me, and I'll try to answer your last questions. So, a couple things to start, a little business to take care of. Starting October 20th, we're going to have a virtual pumpkin patch that's going to be up on our website, and we're going to have a bunch of pumpkins we're making specifically for that patch. So the picture you see will be the picture you get. It will run probably until mid-November, and then we'll switch over and probably do a virtual Christmas tree farm sale thing. Maybe pumpkin patch will be Christmas tree day. Farm? Christmas tree.
I mean, Christmas trees come from farms.
Okay. Well, anyway, when we're done with the pumpkin patch, we'll switch over to Christmas trees. There's some really cute little Christmas trees right now, and I think y'all will be real excited to get those and give those. Second item, Thursday. We will not have a live on Thursday. I have an appointment that I have to keep and I couldn't get out of. So Thursday we won't have a live. I will post again Thursday to remind you that we won't have a live on Thursday. I will miss you, but sometimes these things happen. Today's piece will be a spun vase. I don't know if I've done it. I might have done one spun vase. Maybe.
I think so, at least one. Yeah.
In the 60 some odd things that we've done. So we're doing another spun vase because I have an order that needs a spun vase, and I figured why not let you all in on it while I'm making it for an order. So it'll be a Mardi Gras colored spun vase, which is purples and iridized. It'll be iridized to a purples, greens, and golds, which hence the Mardi Gras name. And there'll be 3 layers with the color going on the last layer. So the first 2 layers, you'll really be able to see the bubble as it goes into the piece. Other than that, as usual, if you're watching on a
Watch party?
sometimes the brain just doesn't work anymore.
Mine too, don't worry.
If you're watching a watch party, thank you. But we can't see if you have any questions. If you have any questions, come on our party and we will answer them for you. We love thumbs up, we love hearts, We love interacting with y'all.
Sorry. Among the hellos and everything, everybody excited to be here today, talked about Spun, the Spun base, and Corey said Spun like fluted wavy?
Of
No.
course, no. Spun is the decoration on it. The shape is a pretty classic, traditional base shape. So anyway, thumbs up are good, hearts are great. If you're not following us yet and you're watching us here, you probably it's time for you to follow. So click on the little button that says you're a follower. We're very close to 5,000, which is, I think, kind of good for a little bitty studio out of historic Algiers Point, New Orleans, Louisiana. And what else? I think that's about it. We can get started, and if I think something else crosses my mind, well, I'll let you know. All right, hydrate time.
Everybody likes the ideas of the pumpkins and the Christmas tree patches.
Cool. With the pumpkin patch, with both of the patches, it'll give y'all a chance to really look at them, and we'll be able to get it out to a wider audience where we can get it to our mailing list, and people who have visited before but aren't able to come back will be able to take part in choosing pumpkins out of the patch.
Also, they're excited, except Bobby. Bobby said, "Bah humbug."
Bobby said what?
Bah humbug.
Bah humbug?
and Corey said, "Darn it."
Bobby was up late last night watching the Saints game.
Was he rooting for the Saints?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just
The
checking.
boy bleeds black and gold.
Just double checking.
All right. So, and if you're new, let us know. Welcome, and just put in your comment that you're a first-time watcher, and we will say hey. Okay, this is my furnace. Inside my furnace is a ceramic bowl called a crucible. Inside the crucible is up to 400 pounds of molten glass. Today's a little low, so it's probably about 200, 175 or so in there. And like you saw last time, I'll put glass in when we're done. 2,050 degrees, and that temperature, the glass is a liquid. It's a blowpipe. Blowpipe is stainless and rubber and plastic. Type of methods that glass blowers have been using for 2,000 years. Okay, see these big bubbles here? I don't like those, so I'm going to start again.
All right. We already have excitement for the day.
Yeah. So I'm just going to, if there's enough heat in it, I'm just going to let that drip in there. Saving a little of the glass.
Oh, the excitement.
Oh my. So much excitement.
So Bobby said that he is tired, had a few strokes and a couple of heart attacks last night. So
I'm with a Poland.
that would tire anyone out.
Okay, so I have an extra pipe always up. Now, if this pipe doesn't work, we'll go to third option. All right, this one looks clean. So, as I said, at this temperature, the glass is molten. So it does flow like a liquid, because it is a liquid. So this steel table is called a marver, and the marver is used to shape glass and cool the glass. And what I'm shaping my first layer. Each layer is called gathering, and gathering is last on the end. I'm shaping my first layer, and I'm doing what's called an air trap. I'm blowing to the end of the pipe, cover it with my thumb. When the cold air hits the hot glass, it heats up and expands. Because my thumb's on the end, there's nowhere to go, so it pushes against the soft glass, forms your bubble. So you see the little bubble right there. So that's the inside of the piece. And we're going to stretch and form that for the vase.
So Cherie said, greetings from windy Redmond, Washington. This is much more fun watching you than just waiting for the power to come back on. Oh no.
Does not having power mean that you had rain and maybe helping out with the fires and all up there? Hopefully, in Washington. What I'm letting this do is cool so that I can get the next layer on top. If I went right back in right now, this glass would heat up too much and wouldn't provide any stability underneath the second layer, the second gather. So I'm looking at this end of the pipe, and it's like still kind of cherry red. I'm gonna let that lose color, and that tells me that the glass is hard enough to be stable under the next layer.
So there was all kinds of excitement for the bubbles. And Barry said, wow, that was a first.
First time you've seen it.
Yes. First time we've caught it on camera. Maybe.
All right. So you see it's pretty much lost the color. So I'm going to get another layer on top and pretty much do the same thing. Just roll it on the marver and expand the bubble a little bit. So you see there's another layer on top. Constantly turning it, keep it on the blow pipe. And I'm just going to shape it a little bit to make it the right shape for the next layer that's going to go on top after this. And I'm going to blow a little bit more. It's getting a little bit fatter, and that's all the bubble underneath in it right now. Alright, so we're going to let this cool on. So you see how orange it is right now? We're going to let that lose all that color, and to get one final gather on top for the amount of glass that we need for this piece.
So Bobby said that they are now letting South Carolina restaurants have full capacity and also bars.
I think we are going to phase 3.2579 or something like that, where they're allowing bars to serve outdoors now. I think that came down tonight or today at some point. And I also see that the Saints are kind of calling a bluff on the mayor and saying that they will go do their home games at Tiger Stadium if they can't have the 25% capacity of the Superdome. So if they can't get their 20,000 people in the Superdome, they'll move to Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, which is interesting.
I don't know, I'm with Barry. Barry said that's scary, the 100% full capacity.
Yeah.
That's a little scary for me too.
Florida, for the LSU game, they said that there's going to be no restrictions. They want to fill the stadium. It's like, okay.
And Bobby said, "Who dat?"
Yep, super spreader event. That's what we're going to go. All right, so you see how it's pretty much lost the color. So it's solid, but I mean, I can't touch it with my hand, obviously. It's still very, very hot, but it's enough to support the next layer on top, and then you get my colored chips. You see the glass, it stacks on there pretty quickly. That's 3 gathers. Imagine what 4 or 5 gathers looks like. So I'm just going to roll it into chips.
I'm more worried about what it feels like than what it looks like. How heavy that is.
It seems a lot heavier than it is.
Oh, that's good.
Because the fulcrum, which is a balance point, is probably here. I can't hold it here. I have to hold it way back here. The further you are away from the fulcrum, the balance point, it's exponentially heavier the further you get back. So 5 pounds on the end might feel from way back on the end of the pipe. 5 pounds on the far end might feel like 30 pounds to me.
Oh, Bobby said he works in a restaurant and he's a prep supervisor now.
Really?
But hopefully that just means that you're in the back, so you don't have to see all the people.
Bobby, why did I think you worked on cars?
He also said that is a lot of glass.
Yeah.
But it becomes beautiful things, so.
Exactly. And I'm just heating this up to melt. See, the chips are already melted in. And I'm just going to even them out, even the gather out. And I'm twisting it some so that the colored chips spin, which is why we call it a vase. You see how the chips are spinning around the vase.
Bobby said he'll tell you about the car stuff after class.
Okay. So the weather down here is beautiful today. A little on the warm side. I'm going to say low 80s, low mid-80s.
Mid-80s, yeah. I want it back to the 70s.
It's supposed to go down to a high of 70 on Saturday, which will be nice. So now what I'm doing is I'm heating the whole thing up, and I'm going to even it off, and then I'm going to expand that bubbles on the inside to start blowing out the shape. Air trap again. And I'm watching where the bubble is next to the pipe. You'll see that it's blowing out up there. So it's expanding up here. And I'll do that one more time.
Corey said, "Class, I want to come."
Corey's in Colorado, so it must be like 40s, 50s there, I think.
I just shipped some things to Colorado today. Several.
My yoga teachers are in Telluride.
Oh.
And they've been there for the past, I don't know, 2 months or so. So we're getting views of Telluride during our yoga sessions. So I'm going to cool the bottle a little bit. So I'm trying to influence where the bubble is going to come out. So you see it's blowing out more towards the pipe, and there's more solid glass towards the bottom. So just that little run on the marber chilled that glass enough that the bubble went out at the top instead of down to the bottom. So my next step is going to be, I'm going to put in what's called a jack line. And the jack line is what's going to be used to take off the base right. I have to put it in now because I'm working the heat from the pipe down. So I have to finish what's on next to the pipe first and then work my shape as I go away from the pipe. Can you flip them again?
Huh? No. No, Bobby said y'all should think about a podcast.
This is close.
Yeah, at least with this you get to see interesting things.
So these are called jacks. And I'm taking the jacks and I'm cutting a line, crimping a line in to where it's next to the end of the pipe.
Corey said it's 115 in his studio,
Oh, I was going to say that.
but they've been averaging 75 outside.
So now it's just a question of heating and cooling certain areas of the bubble to make it go where I want it to go. 150. It doesn't get 115 in here.
It has.
Well, just in the
Not when it's 75 out though.
no, just in the in the heat of summer.
Bobby said brought to you by Darcy Production Company.
Right.
Giving me career ideas here, Bobby. I can start filming people all over the place doing their art and just accidentally turn the camera on myself every once in a while. That'll be my trademark.
So again, I'm just heating the whole piece, and then I'm trying to blow the shoulder out a little bit more. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on this angle that's on the bottom, and use that to chill the glass, and then a little bit more of that shoulder.
Corey said that his studio is like a 15 by 15 square inside a gallery, so it's always hot.
Need some ventilation. Okay, so the neck and the shoulder are done. So I'm going to lengthen the body, which is Darcy's favorite part, because I get to swing it around in the air.
Yeah. And I get to duck.
All right. So I'm going to heat up just the bottom part and swing it and let it flow out of it.
Hey, Patty. I've worked here 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. Yeah, about 2.5 years. Bobby said it is turning out so beautiful.
Still got a ways to go. So I'm always turning it in this reheating chamber. And the reheating chamber is about 2150, 2200 or so. And it's just hot. There's no glass in there. It's turned on in the morning when we get in and turned off in the evening before we leave. It comes up to temperature about an hour and a half. It cools off enough where I feel comfortable leaving in about an hour. Alright, so I'm going to swing this around. You'll see it starts to elongate. And I'm going to heat up again. Do the same thing. I'm heating the whole piece up now because the top part was out of the preheating chamber for a while. It was getting much cold.
Patty said she loves the colors.
It's two different purples and white, and they react really nice with the iridescence.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just sold a vase off of our display.
Excellent.
That doesn't happen often. Well, it happens, but not like grab it and go. Okay, so I'm flattening this so the vase will sit on the table. And I'm giving a little measurement. Ooh, I'm about a 1/4 inch off, so I'm going to swing it down one more time.
Jennifer said, this is on my wish list. Darcy, trademark video bombing. I can do this.
The faster you spin, the more velocity it gets, so it goes longer. So that was a kind of slow, deliberate spin. And again, making sure the bottom is flat. So next is going to be transferring. So to transfer, I'm going to get another little rod with some glass on it, stick it onto the bottom, and then cut it off here at the jack line. And the piece will go from the pipe to the punty rod.
Sheree was asking, how long of a piece can you do?
How long?
How long?
Well, I'm kind of limited by my equipment here. So, and strength. The longer the piece, the more off the center it's going to be, and heavier for the seam. So, for a regular open kind of base, about 18 inches tall.
All right. It's hard to tell that it's purple when it's on the marver.
This vase is 11 inches, so that'll give you kind of an idea of what the limits are here. And stick the punty right in the middle, hopefully, somewhere. And use this file, diamond file with some water on it, store back into the reheating chamber. So you have to go very quickly from the bench to the reheating chamber because it's been out of the heat for a while, and if you take too long, it will crack when you go back into the reheating chamber.
Oh, Erin made it. She said she's late, but the piece is gorgeous.
Thank you. So this first reheat after you transfer is the longest one because the part that you're trying to heat up was the coldest part of the piece, the part that was cracked off. So it takes a little while for this to get heat back in it, and you'll see I'm turning all the time. I can turn clockwise and then counterclockwise. What I'm watching is I'm watching the shoulder of the piece, and once the shoulder starts to move a little bit, I'll know that everything above the shoulder is hot enough to start shaping.